The Shoes with No Sole Are Good for the Soul by Robbie in the booth in Polo Digital. For years, I thought shoes were something you wear, a way to look decent and avoid stepping on sharp things. But as someone who feels everything, a high-sensory human, an autistic body, being wired for detail, I eventually realized something that quietly changed my life. Most shoes don't just suck. They numb, they silence, they lie. Thick soles dull signals. Your feet aren't just meat paddles, they're data ports. Each sole holds over 200,000 nerve endings, sending real-time sensory intel to your brain. The ground slopes left. There's a rock ahead. This moss is soft. This is your natural radar for balance, posture, and emotion. But thick soles? They're static in the signal. They muffle the message. Your brain starts guessing, overcompensating, tightening calves, hips, shoulders. We stiffen our personalities through our footwear. No wonder we feel disconnected. Our feet aren't just covered, they're cut off. Modern foot binding, now with better branding. Tight sneakers, stiff dress shoes, trendy boots. They don't just restrict movement, they disable it. Small stabilizing muscles go dormant. Alignment breaks down, and somehow we call this support, but it's not support, it's conditioning. I used to walk 3 kilometers and feel tension for hours. Now, I walk 3 with no pain, no fatigue, no tightness. What changed? Not my fitness, just my shoes, or rather, the lack of them. Real balance starts at the toes. We talk about core strength, like it starts in your abs. No, it starts in your toes. When your toes are free to spread and grip, they act like a tripod. Heel, big toe, little toe. A living gyroscope that keeps you upright and fluid. Tied up toes are confused toes. Free toes are wise. The high sensory wake up. As an autistic person, I live in a body that doesn't shut up. I feel a lot all the time, and I used to think that was the problem. But shoes taught me that the world is often built to mute what we're wired to sense. When I let my feet breathe, I start to feel again. Warmth, rhythm, pressure, terrain. The ground isn't something we walk on, it's something we walk with. And honestly, it became fun. I love walking on texture, feeling the cracks in the sidewalk, the pebbled dots and raised lines designed for the vision impaired. The little shifts from stone to grass to tile. It's not just grounding, it's play. It's a secret language underfoot that most people never hear. Letting my feet out of their cages wasn't just a relief, it was a reunion. Barefoot in the park. A language without words. In Spain, I found a barefoot yoga group in a Mediterranean park. All men, all Spanish. I barely understood the words. Conexión. Enriquecimiento. Respira profundo. But I understood the feeling. As our souls pressed into the grass, as our breaths slowed in unison, as the sea exhaled beside us, I remembered something I'd never been taught. Sometimes science and spirituality are just 2 different ways of describing the same sensation, feeling alive and connected. And for that hour and a half, I didn't need to translate or explain. I just belonged, barefoot, breathing, surrounded by others doing the same. And that in itself was enough. Start small, feel everything. You don't need to burn your boots. Just notice. Take your shoes off at home. Try minimalist footwear for errands. Walk on real ground, earth, grass, gravel, wood, tile. Let your feet relearn how to talk to your brain. Let your nervous system have a conversation with the street. Because the shoes with no sole, they're really good for the soul. Final thought. We don't need better shoes. We need less shoe. Less padding, less disconnect. Less design that treats sensation like a flaw. The more freedom you give your feet, the more your body, your breath, your balance, your truth can speak clearly again. Walk with the earth, not against it. Reclaim the conversation. Start at the soul. Return to the soul. This is Robbie. Thanks for listening.